Welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events, and I think that we may have one coming up next week. Does not look like July, looks more like September, maybe October, and there's still questions as to how all this plays out with clouds and rainfall around, because if some of the models were hinting at that, the GFS especially, was that the skies are going to clear out, and if that were to happen, then the temperatures would have the opportunity to fall and set record lows. But if we keep clouds and rain around, that will keep the variation of temperatures from the overnight to the daytime highs very little, but still quite cool. It just won't have much variance. You're talking about highs, in the 70s and lows in the 60s. And I'll show you that. That's if you end up getting these waves of moisture, which does look like a good bet at this point in time. But here, I'm going to show you the GFS. This is the morning run on Friday. Going to get hot this weekend, everybody, so just know that. But here's the leading edge of the nice air. This is Monday morning, and this is the leading, let's see if I can draw this here. Right here is the frontal boundary, located right in this area, and you see waves of rainfall developing on that frontal boundary, and the flow of air with the low here and new high pressure coming out of the north. The flow of air, you can see with these black lines, is coming out of the north. Those are the isobars, and that gives you a good indication where that flow of air is coming from. And the surface high, this is at Tuesday at 1 p.m. Surface high, 1020 millibar surface high coming out of Canada. And you see the rainfall here. If you can see these faint gray arrows here, that's at the surface, showing the surface wind direction all out of the north-northeast. So you're getting a very, well, I'd hate to say, you can't say cold rain, but a cool rain for this time of the year. The frontal boundary has slipped into southern Arkansas near the Louisiana border, and you're getting rain behind it, and it looks like that surface high, it's a large area of surface high pressure. This is Wednesday morning. Again, the timing of these waves of precipitation is going to be problematic, but here comes yet another round, according to the GFS, on Thursday, especially for southern Arkansas, with a continued northerly flow with the high pressure settled in across areas around the Ohio River Valley and into the Great Lakes. So that's the GFS, but the European model, the front comes in. Here it comes on Monday night into Tuesday morning. Surface low is located up here into the Great Lakes. There's the front right in here. There's the surface high. You get some rain and some thunderstorm activity along that. And then look at this. This is on Thursday. It's showing Wednesday night into Thursday morning. There's that surface high and another wave of moisture. You see this right here, the surface low pressure developing out here, and another wave of moisture coming across the state. So like I said, the clouds and the rainfall would act to keep the temperatures from varying much from day to night, but it's still going to be very much well below the averages. Let's go to weatherbell.com, and this is, let me see what I pulled up here. This is the European, and these are 6-hourly temperatures. And I know these are hard to read, but let me just show you what I'm talking about. This is Tuesday, and it's at 7 p.m., and it's showing temperatures in the mid-80s here. It's in the upper 70s. That's Tuesday. Let me see what I'm doing here. That's 108 hours. This is Wednesday morning at 7 a.m., 60s across much of Arkansas. But watch what happens during the day. By noon, it's only 80 degrees here in Little Rock, but 70s across everywhere else. Look how the heat is really suppressed towards the south into Texas. At 1 p.m. in the afternoon, it's only in the low 60s across portions of Texas and into Oklahoma. That's amazing. And you're looking at widespread 70s and some lower 80s across the state at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday, with clouds and maybe some showers coming through, but probably some cloud cover. And then at this is Wednesday at 7 p.m. We're all in the 70s. I mean, it's in the mid and upper 70s in Little Rock. It's 70 degrees up in Russellville. That's incredible. Easily this time of the year, you could have temperatures at this time near 100 degrees. Easily. And look at these, the clouds and the rain holding temperatures in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees in Oklahoma and into Kansas. That is just outstanding for this time of the year. And if you look up here in the Colorado Rockies, I just noticed that temperatures near freezing in the Colorado Rockies. This is Thursday morning. Notice how the Euro does not drop temperatures much. They're in the upper 60s, but that's because you've got cloud cover that's not allowing temperatures to drop more than likely. And then this is by 1 p.m. in the afternoon next Thursday. See how the front is located down here, suppressing all that heat into South Texas. But the temperatures here, especially across southern Arkansas, where I was showing you the waves of rainfall coming in, look at that. In the 60s at 1 p.m. next Thursday. Now remember, this is a forecast that's several days away, so a lot can change. But can you imagine on Thursday, July the 17th at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and temperatures are only in the mid-60s. Now, further north, it's very pleasant, but you don't have the rainfall. It's only in the 70s to near 80 degrees. That's still just fantastic weather for this time of the year. And Friday morning, 60s across the state, mid-60s. Let's see how it warms up during the day. Again, this is at 1 p.m. on Friday. See how the heat is suppressed well towards the south? You're looking at temperatures at 1 p.m. next Friday, only in the 60s and 70s for highs. That's 25 degrees below the average. NOAA has in their 6 to 10 day outlook well below average temperatures, a good chance of that. I'm sorry, that's the 8 to 14 day outlook. Here's the 6 to 10 day outlook. A very high degree of confidence of well below average temperatures, and then there's the 8 to 14 day outlook, and it just keeps it going through the latter part of July. So it's just some amazing stuff heading our way. But once again, I want to urge caution about how the waves of rainfall. Cloud cover is going to be very important as to how far the temperatures drop at night. Will they reach record levels? Daytime highs could be, the lowest daytime highs we've seen in a long time for the month of July. So there's a lot of records that could be broken. And I've got my son, Blake. You can't see him because I don't have the camera turned on. But you can't see him, but he's sitting here. Say hi, Blake.
Hi.
You got talking to the microphone.
Hi.
Say hi, Arkansas.
Hi, Arkansas.
All right. Thank you so much for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog. I'll keep you updated. Check out the post below. You all right? Check out the post below for some more in-depth information. I'm sorry if I flew through this video, but time is not what I have for the next few days. I'm sorry, a lot going on. But again, thank you very much for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events.